Good evening, and welcome to Devlin's Nightmare Theater on the BloodyBlu film oubliette. Time has swallowed up yet another year of our lives, and 2018 is right up on the horizon. But tonight we'll reflect on 2017 and take a look at the top 5 Blu Ray releases of the year. I, like many of you, eagerly await each month's announcements of the upcoming releases. Companies like Scream Factory, Synapse, Severin, Vestron Video, Blue Underground, Mondo Macabro, Vinegar Syndrome, Code Red DVD, and Scorpion Releasing have all had some stellar releases this year. There is one company, however, that has set the bar for quality cult film and horror releases. With the rights they have to films in the UK and the US combined, they're able to release some of the most sought-after films among fans. Their film transfers at a consistent high quality. Their packaging is top-notch for the standard releases and even more so for the limited editions. They do their best to provide worthwhile supplemental content. They've also expanded their brand to include books and vinyl releases. It's no surprise that Arrow Video has made a clean sweep of the top 5. In fact, there were so many great releases from Arrow, it was pretty difficult to narrow down to the top 5. Those selections have been made though, so let's start the countdown. First up is the limited edition release of the 1970 Giallo film, The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. This was the directorial debut of Italian horror master Dario Argento. Not only does this mark the beginning of Dario Argento's career, but it also marks the beginning of a cinematic revival. This film was the catalyst that started a wave of Giallo films to be made in Italy. His unique style challenged the creativity of directors in the era. This was a much-deserved release with beautiful new artwork. It also included a visual essay on the films of Dario Argento, along with several interviews. Next on the list is the limited edition of Stuart Gordon's Re-animator. This was an adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft tale that was released in 1985. To this day, it may be the most popular Lovecraft film ever made. It combines excessive gore with dark humor and is considered one of the best comedy horror films ever made. The 2-disc set includes unrated and integral cuts of the film. It also has a feature-length documentary, interviews, a comic book, and many other supplements. Not to mention that it's a great companion to the previously released Arrow version of Bride of Re-animator. The next release is probably the best film on the list. This is the limited edition of John Carpenter's The Thing. This release crashed the Arrow website and sold out within one day. I believe this was the fastest selling release they've ever had. This 1982 film is a remake of a 1951 film called The Thing from Another World. It's a showcase of the absolute mastery that John Carpenter wields. He uses isolation and paranoia to create the tension and horrors that his characters face. There are great performances and disturbing practical effects that were insane for their time, and they hold up pretty well today. The Thing just might be the best sci-fi horror film ever made. In addition to the pristine 4K transfer, you also get 3 documentaries. There's also a Q&A panel, interviews, a short film, outtakes, and plenty of other extras. Unfortunately, this release was exclusive to the UK and is Region B only. Now it's time for the heavy hitters, the box sets. These final 2 releases are my personal favorite franchises. First, we have the Hellraiser Scarlet Box that contains the first 3 Hellraiser films. I wish they could have done a box set with all the films, but I'll take what I can get. Clive Barker's Hellraiser is an incredible film, full of haunting, sadistic imagery. Its sequels vary in quality, but the first 2 films are some of the best horror films out there. Doug Bradley is seemingly irreplaceable as the film's signature antagonist, Pinhead. This series revolves around those seeking the pleasures of the flesh. Of course, this leads them to Pinhead and his minions, who treat them to pain beyond imagination. This set comes with a 200-page hardcover booklet with new writings and a 20-page booklet with original concept art. Each film contains its own documentaries, interviews, commentaries, and featurettes. There's also a bonus disc exclusive to the limited edition, which contains more documentaries and some short film. The final release to praise in 2017 is the complete collection of Don Coscarelli's The Phantasm. Phantasm has stuck with me since I saw it at a young age. Its dreamy, atmospheric style surely influenced my taste in horror over the years. Angus Scrimm plays yet another irreplaceable antagonist, and is the Tall Man. The Tall Man is an extra-dimensional being who uses local mortuaries to crush down cadavers into fun-sized slaves. I was intrigued by the mystery of who he was, where he was from, and what he was doing. The style changed as more sequels were made, but the mystery was always there. The series came to a unfortunate end, but you can still enjoy the ride, even if you don't really care for the destination. This marks the first time that all 5 films have been put together in one release. The packaging resembles the marble from the mausoleum walls, and the inside not only houses the films, but also a replica of the deadly chrome sphere. There's a 152-page book that's fully illustrated and contains new writing. All films contain their own commentaries, featurettes, trailers, image galleries, and so on. There's also a bonus disc exclusive to this limited release that contains a documentary, a tour of the filming location, and more supplements. This is a UK Region B release, but for fans in the States, there's also a Well Go USA version of the Phantasm collection as well. The packaging is different and it doesn't include the replica sphere. The extras are slightly different, but for the most part it's all the same content. Some even prefer the packaging and artwork of the Well Go release. I prefer the brain-sucking sphere release from Arrow myself. So that's it for the top 5 for 2017. I'm sure some will have differing opinions on what should and shouldn't be on the list, so feel free to comment your own picks for the best of 2017. Also be sure to subscribe to the BloodyBlu YouTube page so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Check out the gaming reviews from the Gamer Ghoul and indie horror reviews from the Son of Celluloid. And until next time, farewell. Stay bloody.